Hey, go relay, go relay. Here we are. This is amazing, and we're here with the amazing Purple Tears.
Woo!
The purple, yay!
Woohoo!
Go relay!
Yay!
Now, I've heard of Purple Rain, but I've never heard of Purple Tears. So was there a connection there for the name of your group? I mean, you all look so amazing. And of course, water is the staff of life. But how did you come up with the name?
Well, originally our name was Purple Tears That Children Cry, and it ended up being a little too long, so we shortened it to just Purple Tears. But as far as the children who have lost parents or family members is where we kind of started our group name with. Because Jill, she lost her uncle to cancer, who was more like a father to her. So it was kind of where the whole idea of the name came from.
And you realized that tears, of course, they say with no rain makes a desert. But unfortunately, it's such a powerful and horrific disease that we all face and we're all touched by. There are no degrees of separation when it comes to cancer. You guys are amazing, and you have made this like a camp. And there's a camp counselor, and it just is wonderful. What have you done this year with your camp, with the Purple Tears camp?
Well, actually, what it is, I mean, we started the group first, and then afterwards we started a Second Life sleepover camp, similar to summer camp you went to as a kid, and we've kind of merged both of them together. So those who are sitting behind us, those are actually kids who go to the camp we were in Second Life called Camp Hard Knock. And every summer camp, they also come and relay with us to show their support and remembering those that they have lost as well, or some of them are even actually going through their fight with cancer as well. So that's why we have our camp counselors and directors and co-directors here, because they are part of camp and then they come relay with us as well.
Wow. So you can kind of help people also with their activities and what they need, because I understand that some of you have been part of Relay for Life for a very long time. Who was it that has been here for 8 years, is in the 8th year?
That would be me. Gats and I created it in 2007, and 2006, we walked our first lap. We didn't have Purple Tears until after. So this is our 8th year here, and many of our campers have been with us for the full 8 years, if not have walked with us for 8 years. So,
have you always had the theme as the camp? Because I know it's incredibly popular.
As for the theme of Relay for Life, we change it up every year. So what you're seeing right now is a schoolhouse. And actually that was a collaboration between Brenny, who's our co-director at the camp, and she is also the co-captain of Purple Tears. I had originally thought of doing a Spirit Week theme, like a homecoming for high schools. And that's what you'll see on one of the sides of our school is Memorial Hall. And she had mentioned using a school for a classroom as in the future. And so it came together and we created a school. We also have had schools in Second Life, so we're sort of known for that. So it even tied into the whole camp school kid vibe, because we really started really centering on children, and we've just expanded from there.
I bet that it's been so inspiring. You really have helped a tremendous number of people. How popular is the camp? I mean, we could barely make it onto the sim because of how many people just wanted to be here. Tell me about the camp's popularity and what people have been doing and saying as they stop by?
It's amazing. We've been doing this again, like I said, 8 years, and camp has become more popular each time. We sell out in a matter of minutes. And again, we have about 150 kids just on waiting lists. It's a humbling experience because not only is it just an event, it's very close to our heart. You know, this in several aspects has been our baby, you know. It's been a work of love and passion, and this is our final year doing the camp, but we're going off on a high note, and we'll be still doing Purple Tears, so you'll see us next year as well, and I am sure that we'll have all the kids behind us walk with us, for sure.
Absolutely. Why the last year?
Well, Gats and I are adopting in real life, so we really want to put a focus on starting our family and working to raise some money, which, well, I have the floor. We were blown away yesterday by an amazing gift from the community of Camp Hard Knock. Mm-hmm. They donated money to help with our adoption costs without us even knowing. Otherwise, they would have known, we would have told them no, but they did it without us knowing, and it just blew us away. Just so touching how we've gotten to know these people and we've let them in our lives. It's amazing.
It really is amazing, and so many people have been helped by Relay for Life and Second Life. Not only the massive amounts of money, real U.S. dollars, excess of $2.5 million that have been raised, but the people whose lives you've touched in ways that they come away forever changed and forever impacted. How did you, if I could ask Marianne, how did you become involved with Relay for Life?
I became involved in Relay for Life almost 5 years ago. I walked my first walk with Purple Tears after a week at camp, and I really loved what Relay for Life stands for, more so than other fundraisers I've done. Like, I really like the themes and getting everybody together and interacting. After I walked my first Relay for Life walk in SL, I joined a team and started walking with one in real life. So this year, I wasn't able to walk in real life because my real life father was diagnosed with cancer, and I had moved home to take care of him. And so, because I moved, I didn't have a team that I could walk for, and because I moved right close to the time in my area when they were walking. So walking this year has a whole new meaning for me. I've lost other people to cancer, but, not somebody like in my immediate family. So I'm really glad that, even though I wasn't able to do it in real life this year, that I'm able to do it here with the people that I love and care about that I've been doing this with for years.
It's the sort of thing that once you become a part of this and see how, often a disease or a caregiver or someone who is giving care feels so alone. And one thing that Second Life does in people's absolutely darkest hours is make them realize, you're not alone. We're not alone. There's a hand across that Rubicon, which is the keyboard, and we no longer end at our fingertips, but we find each other here. How long has this? I know your group has been together for a long time. Would you consider that some of the other people on the team are some of your closest friends?
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter what anybody's going through, whether it be cancer or, depression or anxiety, whatnot. This community that I know, that many people don't really understand, come together at a drop of a hat for anybody. It doesn't matter what you're in need. So when it comes to Relay for Life, they pour their hearts out with energy. You'll hear them shouting all the time. This is really exciting for them. And not only that, we all get into a big team speak channel. So we're all together. We're talking all night, trying to keep everybody up. We're laughing together. We're crying together.
Right.
So yes, they're definitely our friends. We absolutely consider them our friends and family.
And yes, and would you like to? I mean, I'd like to hear from any or any of you. It's been it's so profound, and I see you waving. And Gats, if you want to say something, I'd love to hear anything that you want to feedback on this, because this is really what it is. You're in your darkest moments. We're all facing our own mortality here, in triple time, and the support and care that you guys give each other, makes a lot possible.
Exactly. I mean, I think one of the benefits of, being able to relay online is, although you may be going through things alone in real life, where you don't have family nearby, they're in a different state or different country, you can be in Second Life and relay with people that you do consider family, even if they are not blood related. And to be able to have that support, especially for a relay, it's a very emotional time. Right. And a lot of people appreciate so much to be able to have those people around who either are going through the same thing or know someone they are. And you definitely don't feel alone anymore when you know that there are people who are just in the same boat as you, and you're able to kind of have that support together.
It reminds me of that saying, a burden shared is a burden halved, but we all share in this together, and somehow really find so much that's missing elsewhere. I want to get a purple t-shirt and purple hair and be part of the camp now. What do you hope to see in upcoming years concerning Relay for Life and Second Life? Are there any personal wishes or dreams that you have? And again, I'd be happy to hear from any and all of you beautiful purple tier people.
I think really for the future, it's not just about a cure. Obviously, that's the most important thing. We desperately want that cure, but also I think we have to think about how to make people comfortable, and we have to also try and push for those tests in the first place. My own experience, I've lost my mum and my auntie and a couple of other people, and it's been really because they haven't been tested. They've said, I have a lump, and they've been turned away and said, oh, it's nothing, don't worry. And I think we have to focus on that as well. Yeah, it's literally from start to end.
Absolutely, all quality of life issues. I remember I spoke to Pheandra Foley many years ago, and she said, people can actually talk about things like they're afraid of needles, things they can't really bring to their healthcare professional or want to talk to with other family members. We get it. We know. We've all gone through it, and that creates a tremendous and powerful bond. It's just so wonderful to see all the people and everybody just really wants to be sort of part of this and part of you. What kind of things do you do? I mean, how do you, it's such the amount of energy, right, and adrenaline that goes into it. What do you do, if I can ask, what do you guys do post-relay to wind down a bit?
I think we're all bored by the time it's done, and we've been so busy that we kind of just think, what can we do now? After a bit of sleep, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, because after Relay, we then have our closing ceremony for our camp, and that alone is also kind of, right after relaying, you're already, very emotional, and then you're saying goodbye to all these people that you spent an entire week with, practically 24/7. And so then everyone goes back to their skyboxes, their houses, and then it's a very surreal feeling, because then it's like you're so used to having a ton of people around you, and then suddenly you're back to being kind of by yourself. And I think it helps to reinforce those bonds that they do create during camp. And we've had so many people tell us that they're usually afraid to kind of go out of the bubble, talk to people, and that camp has helped them do that, and they've formed long-term friendships. They've become family with people. And so I think that's one of the things I love most about camp, and also about Relay, is that it helps to create bonds with other people as well. And I myself, I'm more kind of the antisocial person, social anxiety. And so Second Life definitely has been kind of an opening for me to be able to kind of be more sociable. I mean, that's where I met Jill, and now we're married in real life. So I think that's one of the things I love most about Second Life and everything we do.
I don't really think that we can. I mean, there is and are support in other virtual environments, but Second Life, because of the degree of expertise that we have from sort of years of doing this, it's really kind of a head and shoulders moment above what you sort of find anywhere. I think this is some of the best of who we are and what we do. Do you want to say anything about how much money you guys have raised, either over the past?
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are over $2,500 US dollars right now. We are so proud, and I definitely have to point out the work of our co-captain, Brenny. She did an amazing job with pre-relay events, so I'd really love for her to talk.
Yes, and let me just ask you, who did the build for you? Anything you want to comment on who did the build? Sure.
Yeah, Gats and I did. We did the build, and we spoke with Brenny about what her ideas were, and just tried to mesh it together, and here it is.
Et voila, as they say. Do you want to make any shout outs to anybody in particular, or say or highlight any kind of things that happened over the build up to Relay? This is the grand presentation, right? The grand finale that we all see, but Relay is a long time. When did the group start getting together to make this?
Well, Guess and I got together probably a couple weeks before to brainstorm with Brenny, and then after that we were just ready to go, and that was really it. But Brenny was definitely a lot of help with this.
I think you guys are awesome, and I was just wondering if there's anything that anybody wanted to add or talk about from your Super Purple Tears Camp experience this year. I don't want to leave anything out for you guys. So,
well, for me, one thing that I started off this season planning events for everybody as kind of a renewed hope, because a good friend of mine, Amy, was re-diagnosed with cancer, and well, she kind of went down pretty fast, and we lost her in May. And I promised the team at the beginning of the season that if they raised $2,000 US for our team, then I would cut my hair and donate it to Wigs for Kids. So shortly, it's about a month after Amy passed away, they did that, and I was kind of overwhelmed. It was kind of, I was happy that they were doing it, and able to do something extra special for a cause in Amy's honor.
We're so touched and so affected by each other. We're so real. This is so real. Brenny, thank you so much for that. I love this. I think you guys are amazing. I'm going to start dancing. I have no choice now. I have to, to dance is to celebrate life, and that's one thing that we really do here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm dancing with you guys. I'm dancing, and just think the world of what you do, and what you represent, and how much joy you give. And I just love you to pieces, and we share. You cried those purple tears, and
Exactly.
and we're watered like little plants from that. So thank you, and thank you for being so bold and brave and true and real. And I love you, Purple Tears, and I love you, Relay for Life, and I love you, Second Life. So
go
thank
Relay.
you.
Go
Yay!
Relay!
Go Relay!
Go Relay!
Relay! Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Big
you.
hug.
Thank you.
Group hugs.